Today is December 20th, 2002, and we are going to a business Christmas party. I've never gone to a business Christmas party before, so I don't really have business Christmas party attire. I've become pretty conservative when it comes to clothing. I've worked in retail for a few years now, and it normally calls for you to be a bit conservative. I have some pretty nice slacks that I can wear to the party, but I don't have a top that doesn't say, "I'm gonna sell you a car." I am no longer working at the car dealership. With my boyfriend being the boss, he said that I either needed to quit my job or I was going to have to be fired. Dating was frowned upon in the workplace, apparently. As it stands right now, I have no job. When I quit the dealership, we had a conversation about me working. The conversation took a turn that ended up with me not working. He said that me working didn't make sense. He made enough money to support us just fine. The problem with that is I wasn't 100% sure that I wanted him to support us. I was and I still am capable of working. I'm only 20 years old. There is just so much more that I can be doing besides staying at his place and cleaning and cooking and taking him lunch when he's at work. And let me not forget that he expects me to take his money and shop for the place that we're staying in. He told me that he wants me to make his place feel like home. Well, I already have a home. My apartment is like an hour from here, but I won't have an apartment very soon because I don't have a job. I haven't paid my rent. When I brought up my rent, he just said that we would take care of it. I even have a car payment that I haven't paid in months. He keeps telling me not to worry about it, but I have to. These things need to be paid. He says that there is a lot about the real world that I don't know and that I don't understand. Albeit be true, but the fact is I have bills to take care of, and they aren't being taken care of. If I were still working, my bills would be paid right now. When we had our conversation about me working, he made me feel stupid for thinking that a couple $100s a week could help our situation in any way. I just hope he knows what he's talking about. This Christmas party is for the dealership, so I should pretty much know everyone there. The only people I won't know are everyone's significant others. I've never met anyone's wife or girlfriend, so this should be pretty enjoyable. We agreed that when he got off work, we would go find a nice top for me to wear to the party. So we did. We ended up going to BB, and although the things were nice there, some of the items were a little too rich for my blood. All I needed was a good top, and I could match it with something in my closet. I found something that I liked, but he found something that looked better on me, supposedly. It was this really itchy cream sweater with reddish burgundy splashes. It was cute, don't get me wrong, it just wasn't me. I'm in the dressing room, I'm trying on this sweater, and I'm thinking, this doesn't really compliment my figure. And no offense, but I'm pretty sure my mother would look great in this. I walk out of the fitting room to show him, and he thinks it looks fantastic. I say, I want to try on the top that I picked out. It's a cream, long-sleeved turtleneck that will match these cream slacks that I have in my closet. As I put it on, I realize that I need the next size up, but they don't have it. Well, I guess I'll get this sweater that he likes so much. We're back at his place and we're getting ready, and I guess it seems like it can be an okay night. We haven't had much fighting today, but then again, I haven't disagreed with anything that he has said today, so maybe I can keep it up. I'm looking at myself in the mirror while I'm fixing my hair, and I just can't get over how much I do not like this sweater on me. And because I can't stand this sweater, I just can't seem to figure out a hairstyle that looks good with it. Ugh, forget it. I'll just put in a ponytail. I'll throw in some eyeliner and lip gloss and I'll call it done. We're walking out the door and he can tell that something's wrong. So he asks, "What's wrong?" I'm thinking to myself, now I can tell him the truth and get into an argument, or I can lie and say everything is fine and still get into an argument because he can tell I'm lying. Ugh, screw it. Here goes nothing. I don't like this sweater. It's hot, it's itchy, and it makes me feel like a blimp. He says, "It looks good on you. Trust me, I know fashion." I'll leave it there and I'll take the compliment. Who cares if I'm uncomfortable? It's not going to last all night, right? We arrive at the Christmas party. I know a lot of these people because I used to work with them. I walk around the party. I go say hello. It's familiar faces. It's a pretty mellow evening. Not much going on. It's nice to catch up with the people I used to work with, but to be honest, the night's a little dead. I notice a pool table and some people I know, so I walk over and see if I can play some pool. I'm not the best at pool, but I get the concept. It's pretty fun. I suck at this tremendously, but it's all fun and games. The guy I'm playing with is pretty cool. We used to compete for customers when they would walk on the car lot of the dealership, and it looks like we are competing at this game of pool. The only difference is he is definitely winning. My boyfriend walks over and asks, "What's going on over here?" We both say, just friendly game of pool. I add that I am losing tremendously at. My boyfriend picks up a stick and asks if he can play. I ask, "You play pool?" He responds with, "I don't know. Let's see." The way he said it just made me look at him. I saw his face. It was apparent that I had once again done something wrong. My boyfriend clears the pool table in a pretty impressive way. I say, "Whoa, I didn't know that you could play pool." He just glares at me. He puts the pool stick down on the table and he walks away without a word. The people who were watching the game kind of dismissed themselves, and the guy I was playing with said it was nice catching up. I put the pool stick down on the table and I walk away. I have a seat next to my boyfriend and he immediately gets up and he goes outside. I followed just to find out what I did. By this time, I kind of have an idea though. I'm assuming it's because I was playing pool with men. What I don't get is, why is this so wrong? I know these guys, and it's not like that. These guys were here with their girlfriends and wives and fiancés. I just don't get it. I meet him outside and I ask him what's wrong. He then accuses me of flirting and putting myself out there to be flirted with, telling me that I'm embarrassing him. So I ask him, "What do you want me to do? Just sit in a chair, sip on some punch?" And he says, "Yes." I tell him, "Fine, whatever." He walks back inside the party, and I stay outside. He turns and he looks at me as he's opening the door, and he sees that there are tears in my eyes, but he doesn't care. He just turns his head and he keeps walking through the door to the party. Before the door can close all the way, I say, "I'll be there in a minute." I wanted to give my face some time to clear up. I didn't want to walk into the party with tears running down my cheeks and my eyes all glossy. The door he walked through, it was glass, so I can see him and everyone else inside. I watch him walk right up to a group of people and he just jumps right in and he's talking, he's laughing, and it's like nothing even happened. I stay outside for a little bit so I can get my bearings. I don't quite understand, but it's apparent that it's not okay for me to talk to the opposite sex. I take a few deep breaths and I look at my face in the reflection of the glass door. I look fine. There's not one sign of a tear or evidence that there ever was one. I open the door and I walk inside, and the first thing I get is a compliment on my sweater. My eyes are looking for my boyfriend to see if he heard the compliment. I lock eyes with my boyfriend. He definitely heard the compliment. You can tell he's waiting for me to acknowledge the man. I look over to who gave me the compliment and I say thank you. I walk over to the punch bowl and I grab a cup and I head to my seat. I sit down and I watch everyone mingle. People are playing pool and laughing in groups and just having a nice time. And I am sitting here sipping on my punch and staying out of trouble. The only thing I'm focused on right now is making sure that the tears that I am holding back don't become noticeable. It was a very quiet drive home. As a matter of fact, he gave me the silent treatment for the rest of the night. He hasn't said a word to me in hours. He watched some TV, then he grabbed a blanket and went and slept on the couch. I climbed in the bed and I laid my head on my pillow. I think that this is a very good time to let the tears fall as free as they would like. And so they are.